thank you very much for having me. First of all, I'm humbled to be here. I remember when I sat in your shoes in my going into my senior year of high school, the big room in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, amongst this incredibly intimidating Rotary club. It is truly an honor to be here. The enthusiasm that you exhibit is contagious, and the welcoming that I receive every time I come, last year Ash had me as well, is tremendous. You guys do a great job. So the reason I'm here is the Columbus Hunger Project, which we started last year, frankly needs your help. We did a tremendous job last year. We'll talk a little bit about that, but you know, to make this program work and continue to do what we're able to do, you know, we need the assistance of the community. So, real quick, I'm gonna snap off a video, mainly to highlight my beautiful daughter. But heck, you know, we'll get this off. But bear with me for 1 second. That is Grayson, my 6-year-old. What's relevant here, and we'll talk about this more, is the program we put together. We're really trying to serve two dynamics. Number one, there's a need in the community. There are people, and we'll have Dr. Hoagley speak to this a little bit, there are people in our community, even Dublin, Ohio, who quite frankly, they're food insecure, which is the definition that the government gives them. But frankly, they don't have access to adequate food. The second thing, which really hit home with me, is everything in life is a learned behavior, and if I don't expose my children to the things that God has asked us to do, which is help our fellow man, then they're never going to learn that. And in the bubble of Dublin, Ohio, sometimes it's lost on our youth what the real world is all about. Your exchange program is probably a wonderful way to learn that. I was looking for other ways to learn that and have my children contribute to the greater good. So, real quick, bear with me for 60 seconds of this video. So that's just a real quick video. The reason I wanted to show that was really give you an idea of what takes place at the Columbus Hunger Project. We partner with Feeding Children Everywhere, which is a national organization that provides food to not only domestic concerns, but international concerns as well. It was started by a gentleman named Don Campbell, who I met on a company trip to Hawaii, where we package meals for the local population in Hawaii. In talking with Don, he started this program frankly at his kitchen table. He's from Orlando, Florida, and his dynamic was there were kids in his neighborhood that were struggling to eat, so he started feeding them at his kitchen table. Well, he saw the need and grew the program, and it's where it is today, where he has fed millions and millions of people through this program. So there is a need, and that need in Dublin, Ohio, I was talking to Dr. Hoagley about it. In Ohio itself, there's a 16% food insecurity amongst our population. What does that mean? Frankly, it means there's not adequate food for those households. So there are households where people struggle to find their next meal, struggle to give their children nutritious options. And Ohio ranks 5th in the country in those dynamics, and it's not getting better with the economy. As many of you see, there's certainly people that are doing well in this economy, but the outliers of this economy are struggling. So this is an opportunity for us to really reach those outliers and provide for them. In doing my work to make this happen, I had an opportunity to meet with Dr. Hoadley and his staff, and I was frankly surprised that even in Dublin, Ohio, the number of children who receive free and reduced lunch is 16% within Dublin city schools. That blew me away. And Dr. Hoadley, do you want to talk a little bit about where you're seeing it right in some other places?
Sure, Brandon. And again, when you talk about 16%, when you start looking at that number, it's 16% of 15,500 students. You do the math on that. Those are hundreds of children, hundreds of families that, again, food insecure. We have several different programs in place to try to work with children that come from that situation. This is a great program, and I want to encourage everyone, because we, as a school system, we work with this each and every day. You mentioned Wright Elementary. It's more than it just at Wright, and sometimes we stereotype Wright as being our poor school, but there are multiple elementary schools, and in fact, in almost every elementary school we have, believe it or not, we have children that qualify for free and reduced lunch. We do another program at Chapman Elementary School. Oshrid's very familiar and have been very generous, blessings in a backpack, where today we will send food home in the backpacks of children, because free and reduced lunch in a breakfast and lunch program is great Monday through Friday, but we're heading into the weekend. And if food is a problem in your home, Saturday and Sunday can be a pretty tough time. So we have a real need in this community. That's why when Brandon came and said, can we do this? We're like, absolutely, we can do this, and how can we help? Same with the reason we partner so closely with Welcome Warehouse and Blessing of Backpack, because these are real issues right here in Dublin, Ohio. Thank you for the work that you're doing today, sir.
So that's the need we're addressing. That's one of the needs we're addressing. The other dynamic, which really sealed the deal for me as far as my participation, was the ability to be an example to my children. Paige and I go to church together. We do all our work with church. My wife runs all these 5Ks for this need and that need, but my 7-year-old isn't running a 5K any day soon. So her ability and my other children's ability to really see what it means to give back to their community was limited, mainly because we weren't doing a good job exposing them to those dynamics. And there's opportunities like at Faith Mission and some other places to do some really good work, but do I want to go that far and expose a 7-year-old to that level of the world? If you've ever been there, it's a different place, and maybe that's not a great place to take your 7-year-old. But as you saw in this video, this is a real easy way for a parent to connect the dots on what it means to give back to your community, what it means to help your fellow man, what it means to participate in something with greater good. And that was what sealed the deal with me when I sat with Don, and we always joke about the conversations. We were both jet lagged going into Hawaii, so we had coffee at 2 in the morning every morning for a week, and went through just the things we were doing for our community and ways that we could really make an impact in Central Ohio. And I committed to him then 3-4 years ago to put something together, and here we are in our 2nd year. So where we are today, Dr. Hoadley has provided us great logistics. We are going to be on October 31st at Sells Middle School. There's 2 shifts, one at 8 o'clock in the morning for your early birds and one at 10 o'clock. Fortunately, and somehow we planned this, there is no OSU game that day, so no excuses for anybody. As you saw in the video, it is an exciting, fun opportunity to come, be a part of a program that's going to help your community, and get just a great feeling. It is better to give than to receive, truly is. So those dynamics with the actual event are fantastic. The other component of that is really the funding of the program. For every dollar we raise, it buys enough supplies to package 4 meals. Last year we raised over $30,000, 150-some thousand meals. Those boxes that you saw in that video went to both Lutheran Social Services Food Bank and the Dublin food bank here in Central Ohio. Our goal is to expand that if we get the funding to do that. So my shameless plug today is really funding's our concern. We're basically a week away from our deadline to get funding in. If you go to the website that's on the video, cbushunger.com, there's opportunities there to volunteer as well as opportunity to donate. I'm asking today to find it in your heart to donate, because we really need the funding. We're not in terrible shape, but we're certainly not in the shape we were last year. So find it in your hearts, to contribute to the community. Please show up, because it is a blast. You will expose yourself to a great way to really give back to your community. And then I said I should open up the floor for questions. I don't know if that's good or not, but we'll do that. Here we